YouTubers, I hope you enjoyed my show today. Oh, sorry, should have not. Oh, no, 5. I hope you enjoyed my show today. Good evening, everyone. It is Phantom Nightmare set analysis. And Phantom Nightmare, 10 years ago we had Phantom Darkness, now we have Phantom Nightmare. Yeah, so about 10 years ago, about 15 years ago we had Phantom Darkness, now we have Phantom Nightmare. So this set is very good. It's the first proper set of the year, so this set's going to be one of those sets. The secret rares are not so important, it's more about the ultras. So it's all about more about the ultras about this set and stuff, so which is quite, there's a lot to talk about, so let's get started. So we got the new Bell stuff. So New Bell was an art type, but it only had 3 cards. It did in the last time it came out. So now it has a whole new. Basically, all the new Bell stuff is like retrains of the old stuff. So you got a new Grind Golem, basically special summons itself on a post side field, and then special summons a New Bell. So that's quite interesting. You got a So Sailor Lotus, which is now not the FTK version. This is one of the special summons. It's special summons the Belmonts from the deck, and then it can come back and then force them to be destroyed or still being negated. So basically, it's a kind of negation. It forces them to be destroyed. So then you got the new spell on your bell. The new spell on your bell basically searches any card mentions New Bell in the text. Yep. So. And then if this card destroys, special summons the original New Bell from the deck, which is very good, very powerful. Okay. Okay, then we got the new fusion monster. Basically, in any New Bell deck, this is a super poly deck, super poly target, and basically does all opponent damage to the opponent. So even if you have 0 attack, you can take the opponent takes damage, right? And then you can. And you do flick 1,000 to the opponent, which is mad. So this is the way to OTK. And then you got the 2 Nightmare Plans. Nightmare Plans just a rotor for your deck. It's sort of your tanky, which is cool. Then you got this card here, Super Searches, Super Poly, or add any of the New Bell stuff back to hand. And then you got a Call by a Haunted sort of card, which is quite interesting, which is quite weird because you think Call Horn would be not available now. New Bell's quite fragile sort of deck. Now it's not that sort of, it's fragile, but you can't do very much with it. But next set you can mix it with Unchained and get their own sort of field spell and stuff. So this is a good deck. You must pick up the cards now before they come good again. Before they come good. Raid Raptors were at rank 4 toolbox sort of deck. Raid Raptors get this new rank 13 card, which is quite interesting. It's in one of the chase cards, which is a bit mad. Rank 13, the first ever ranked 13 card. I think this Raid Raptors fix a lot of their problems in general. I haven't tested out the new cards, but I heard they're pretty good, so I can't tell you very much about them, but they fix a lot of problems. Ghostly! Goatee! Right, there are fish. This is the new. So this is the Goatee plus the fish sort of support. So the new Goatees ones fix a lot of their problems now. The level 6s fix quite a lot of their problems. The 2 level 6, the level 6 and the level 4, which is quite good. Then we've got a lower one of the all whale fin, which is quite good. They sort of fix a lot of the issues. Then we've got these 2 new tuna fish cards, which is quite interesting. You have to play this tuna card, which you have to play 2 of it, and then this other level 4, which is quite good. This is water one also is level 4. 12 is a fire, which is quite interesting. You can summon it, but you don't need to. It's one of those ones, yes, you should summon it, but you don't need to. I think this fixed a lot of issue with Goatees. Now they can actually play the game as they should be. Go Goblin Rider. So Goblin Rider are a rank 3 toolbox or deck, and basically all they do is if there's an XD on the field on either side of the field, they basically detach them to special summon stuff. That's all they can do, which is quite cool. So you can do it against like decks like Purely, Ray Raptors, and detach their tails and start playing that way, which is quite cool. So it's quite good doing what you want to do. So like these two are like, this one gets another one out of your hand, this one's just a summons another theme for your hand. This is your Rota, this is your Stratos sword deck. You got two swords Stratos. This one can search any Goblin card from deck to your hand. Then you got a field spell there, I mean a continuous spell, which basically gets you additional nonsense, and then you can change them to level 6, which is quite cool. Then you got Goblin Continuous Trap. You don't use this card very often, so you don't use it. I will advise you not to play it, but it's a good engine. I think it's very good, very powerful. I think it's got not the highest ceiling Goblin, but if you can't afford Siren Force, I think it's an interesting one. Gate Guardian got two new cards. Gate Guardian got the Dark Guardian. The Dark Guardian basically can show back any of your pieces back to your deck and special summon stuff, which is quite cool, quite handy. Then you got the Dark Coin. Dark Coin can summon any Gate Guardian from your extra deck or main deck, which is quite cool. It fixes a lot of issues. And by the way, this card comes Gate Guardian on the field or grave, which means you don't need to play now the bad Gate Guardian. You can play a Gate Guardian deck where it needs to play Gate Guardian, which is quite cool and quite unique, which is quite cool. Fixes a lot of issues with the deck, which is quite cool. These two cards sort of fix good things, makes it a bit more better, makes them a bit more better to play. Still very problems with this deck. Still gonna brick a lot, but it's a lot better now than it used to be. Next is the new Horus support. So Horus gets two new cards. They get the new level 8, which is quite interesting. I won't play the new level 8. The one we're looking at particularly is the new field spell. The new field spell basically is basically searches one and then puts one back, which is quite cool, quite handy. Yep. And then the new Horus card, which is quite cool. It's a Dark Hole, which is quite cool. You don't summon it, but it's quite cool sort of effect. So I think the new field spell is quite handy and stuff, which is good. It gives you another kin spell. The Romage! So the Romage, they got some new support. This is quite interesting. So now with this is why they got. That's why they hit the Sun Avalon deck and the Rika deck. They want you to play the new Aromage stuff. So the new Aromage stuff, this is what you gotta play some of your stuff with. So you get a Link free where basically you can special summon 3 Aromage from your hand, which is quite cool. You got a search, well, a places spells and traps, and it's a pollination, which is quite cool. Then you got a new trap, which is quite cool. The new fusion is very good, very powerful. Can get very high attack, so that is good. Makes it easy to OTK with this deck. And then you got a new level 1, which is quite cool. It's just summons one from the deck, which is quite cool. So this fixed a lot of problems with Aromage, and then you can get your summons back into play, which is quite cool and quite handy, really. And you can do a Rika. So this is what I think now plant decks will come now, just with this. So, which is quite cool. Metrospecters. So Metrospecters get 4 new cards. They get all types of ones, apart from no. So Porcupine basically sets you a trap from the grave, which is quite cool, and it's also a standard, which is good. And then you got a rank 4, which basically summons any wind spell cast from your deck. So level 6 lower, so there'll be no caring, but it's fine. Then you got this Link 2, which is quite cool. You can summon with any 2 Pendulums, including the Metrospecter, which is good. Yes, it looks 2 Metrospecter, but it doesn't really matter. And then you got a new quick play, which special summons 1 Metrospecter from the deck. So fixes a lot of issues. Now you can do what deck's supposed to do, be a bit more aggressive, not being so much control and stuff. So, which is quite cool. It's quite interesting how this deck's got support. It's been ages, so. The Siren Force, or Boisterous. So Siren Force are a new original deck. They're kind of based on the Light and Dragon original, so they're kind of all like retrained. So you remember the Skull Guardian card, right? Now this is its sort of its own art type. So no box basically gets you one of the continuous spells or traps from your deck, places it, which is quite cool. You got the original, which basically is a Rota is basically a Stratos off the deck, and also can negate, which is quite cool. You got a new rich spell, which is very good, and you can send off the level 6 to special summon one ritual monster from your hand without needing to do the original spell, which is quite cool, quite handy. Then you got a level 6, which is quite cool. It shuffles it back and stuff, which is fixed, which is very good, very powerful. It's a very good deck. It's the second best option to Firekins, I'll say, so far. Yeah. And then we got the chase cards of the set. Yep. So Promise to Princess is one of the probably chase cards of the set. Then we've got Populous. Yep. The rank 13, as I was telling you, for Raid Raptors. Yep. Then we have also got the Goblin stuff. So Goblin is one of the chase cards. Then you got IP, Nanith, and Goblin Equip. Goblin spell. Then you got the rank 6, which is quite interesting, which is quite cool. Then you got some nice continuous spells. Master of Ham is quite a cool card. I reckon that card will be quite good in the future. I don't think now it'll be so good, but now Mold of backwards rollback. Roll backwards something is quite cool, and there's a nice continuous spell, a nice level rank 8, which is quite good. And then this other trap too, which could be quite helpful if you play some trap decks. Then the one archetype and card filler, which the thing is about this, even the card fillers in this set are not that bad. So there's some good card fillers in this set, which is quite cool and quite handy. Yes, I know I say that trap card for laughing. I say it's because it only helps out like one archetype, so I count it. So there's some quite interesting cards in this set. Also, not even pack fillers that actually got potential. So all these sort of cards got potential in the future. Then finally,